6 common behaviours of most narcissistic people, or at the very least toxic people. And if people show these 6 behaviours, they're not somebody you want to be spending too much of your time around, as if you do, it's going to have a negative impact on you. So one of the first behaviours of a narcissistic person is they do not take responsibility for their own behaviour. They are very entitled people who lack empathy towards others, and they are willing to exploit people to get their needs met. They can be high risk takers in order to get their needs met, and inevitably when they take risks, things go wrong. They make mistakes. However, they're concerned about other people's perceptions of them. They are looking to sell people an illusion of who they are so that they can get their needs met by other people, so that they can exploit other people. So whenever their mistakes are shown, whenever somebody calls them out on a mistake, they are not going to take responsibility. Narcissistic people do not do responsibility. Instead, another sign is they're going to shift the blame over to somebody else. They're going to blame anybody and everybody they can. They're going to find a scapegoat to take the fall for the narcissist behaviour. Now, as we should only ever take responsibility for our own behaviour and pass responsibility back to the rightful owner for theirs, there's that fine line between blaming somebody for what they've actually done, such as somebody who's cheated on a partner. That person cheated, that's their fault, they're to blame, they made a choice. It's not the third person's fault, it's not the person they are with fault, it's a choice they made. They are to blame for that behaviour. No matter what led up to it, it's a choice they made. And the person who they cheated on isn't to blame for that. However, a narcissistic person will happily blame that person to avoid taking responsibility, to avoid being held accountable. They are looking to pin the blame on anybody they can so that they can continue the hurtful things that they do to people. They play the victim, oh so well. They're always the victim. No one's had it quite as hard as they have. No one's been through quite as much as they've been through. They are incredibly envious of others. Therefore, when they see someone who's got something they want for whatever reason, even if it's in a workplace and someone's got a job promotion, and they've got that job promotion because they've got the capabilities of doing the job. They've got the confidence of doing the job. It's not the narcissist arrogance that's managed to worm their way in. They've got the promotion because they've put the hours in, they've put the hard work in, they've put the graft in, and they are capable of doing the job at hand. So they've gained a promotion. A narcissistic person isn't willing to put the hours in. They are very arrogant people that believe they already know everything. Therefore, they aren't willing to learn to better themselves. However, they don't want to recognise this within themselves because they're not responsible for that. Somebody else is to blame. The boss is to blame for not liking them. The other person who's got the job, they're then going to tear strips off that person. They're going to humiliate that person. They're going to put that person down. They're going to be judgmental towards that person. They're going to criticise that person because they're envious that the other person got the job. With a narcissistic person, you'll often notice either they'll stay in a role that they are capable of and claim that they don't want to move up, or that other people have all the luck, or they'll find themselves in a role that they're not capable of doing, to which they will put the role down, they will put the people around them down. It'll be everybody else's fault that they can't do the job at hand. They're not going to take responsibility. They're going to blame everybody else. And with narcissistic people, Yes, they can get to the top. They are capable of manipulating and exploiting and getting to the top. And some are incredibly intelligent, therefore they are capable of getting to the top. However, most of them who lie and cheat their way there aren't there for very long, because they quickly get found out, and not for being a narcissist, but for the mistakes they make, and they have to quickly move on. There's only so long they can fail to take responsibility. There's only so long they can blame others before they realise that people are cottoning on to what's happening, and they then move straight on. The same in a relationship. They claim to know how relationships work, yet they can't hold down a stable relationship. They might in public, however, behind closed doors they can't. So they are highly critical of others to avoid being critical of themselves. They are highly disagreeable, argumentative people. However, they're going to accuse you of being the one that's causing the argument. They're going to attack you, and then when you come back at them with facts and evidence, they're going to play the victim and claim that you're the one that's attacking them. We do need disagreeable people in the world, as agreeable people often get led astray by disagreeable people. So we do need that level of disagreeableness. However, we also need to be able to be willing to see another person's point of view, another person's opinion, another person's perception, because what we as a society can believe is right one day, when new facts and evidence comes along, it can have a whole shift in our beliefs as what we believe to be right the next day. And it takes a lot of adjusting. With a narcissistic person, they're going to be disagreeable purely to create conflict. Yet they're not going to take responsibility for creating that conflict. They're going to blame somebody else, and then they're going to play the victim to gain the sympathetic attention to get away with their behaviour. There are some narcissists that will be quite smug at the conflicts they created. These are usually the grandiose types that have the charismatic charm in order to pull people in to gain them as enablers so that they can get away with their behaviour. And they lie a lot. They lie about lies. They lie about their achievements. They lie about where they've been. They have to lie about everything and anything, because their world is based on lies and deception and deceit. So they are incredibly manipulative people who seek to destroy others, seek to take advantage of others to meet a need of their own. There are quite a few signs of toxic people. Any you've noticed, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to or have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.